This is tier list maker, and today I want to, okay, I'm gonna explain it one more time, what we're gonna add, what we're gonna do now. We have all these games here, and we're gonna add them all to this tier list. And these games are my blindfolded speedruns that I've done in my life. So all the runs from 2017 up till this point, even short ILs, or like not short ILs, but like mostly full game runs. And I want to kind of just take the time and talk about them, like reflect a bit, like what game was easy to blindfold, what game was hard to blindfold, which one was fun, which one had cool mechanics, which one was like really bad for blindfolded, for example. I just want to like take a bit of time and like rank all of these games here. And yeah, let's, I guess, start. I think, I don't know if we should go in like order or if we should just randomly pick some and then go ahead. But let's start with, I think, the champ, Super Mario 64. It's very funny. SM64 was my very first blindfolded game. And I mean, you probably know that I still run this close to every day. So definitely a favorite. I was thinking when I was creating this list, or like when I was a couple of years ago, before I did 120 star, I would have never in my life put SM64 to S tier. I thought always SM64 is fun and for blindfolded pretty cool, but it's not the best blindfolded game out there. But honestly, by now, I think that has changed quite a bit. I think SM64 is easily one of the best blindfolded games I've ever done here. Not only because of like the fun of the speedrun and all, but just from mechanics that you have available. It has so many normalization techniques. It has so much camera manipulation that you can do. It's so fluent in gameplay. So back in the days, I would not put this to S, but now it's the number one, I think. There is no doubt to it. Yeah, there is also horrible things like Mario's Pitch, but yeah. Then let's just go here by the list ranking. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. A Link to the Past was actually wait, let me make this full screen. A Link to the Past was any percent. I've run any percent, and I can already spoiler you, I will very soon return to this category. You might know Serpin, who is often in chat here. Serpin has the world record currently, and I want to at least get a bit of a better time. I don't think I will aim for records, but I want to get a bit of a better time. Still, it's a very, very short run without many audio cues, and at least I'm speaking of any percent. Parisian Player has also done many other categories, like I think like all dungeons or something, but I cannot tell much for that. For me, it was like a very, very, very short project. I would put it to like B or C, honestly. There's not much gameplay to it. It's very RNG heavy. It's probably a C, honestly. It's not that great of a speedrun. Asura's Wrath. I did any percent of this. Asura's Wrath was a crazy project because it's a 3-hour-long speedrun. It's a 3-hour-long blindfolded speedrun, and I routed this entire thing in like 2 days. Mostly because, again, this game is kind of a meme. It's mostly a movie, and you have to mostly skip text and watch cutscenes. And then there's like tiny bit of auto-scrollers where you also don't really need to practice for. And then there is like a couple of sections which are incredibly hard. So it's a very, very unbalanced speedrun. Definitely C or D tier 2. I don't want to put anything yet to D tier. Binding of Isaac, we did recently Basement Percent. Basement Percent was the first level until the first boss. Honestly, I enjoyed it super much. I thought this was super fun. it is the random seed. There's also a set seed category, which I have not ran, but random seed I enjoyed. Even if there is like no technique to it, you can literally go into it blind and hope for the best RNG and hope that you win. But I really enjoyed it, so I will put it to a B tier here. I think it's a very, very interesting and fun run. Pokemon Blue, any percent NSC, no save corruption I did. Pokemon Blue, 16 minute, I still have the record for that. Honestly, pretty fun, but not the best game, mostly because there's lots of RNG and like frame perfect tricks. Frame perfect Pikachu manip, and you need to get lucky with encounters, so lots of RNG. I would put it to a B. Breath of the Wild. Wow, Breath of the Wild we have done quite a bit the past year. Breath of the Wild. I definitely don't want to put it to S tier. I don't like this game that much. I think as a blindfolded speedrun, it has big flaws. It definitely also has very good aspects, but I think Breath of the Wild for me is rather like an A. Breath of the Wild is just like, I don't know, very long, and I don't, maybe it was, as I said, because I was very stressed in the time I routed it and all, but I even if I would say this is the best game, I wouldn't put it to S in blindfolded terms. I think it's rather like a between A and B for me. It's not even a full A tier, maybe. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I did classic mode. What SM64 run in S? All? Yeah, just like general game. Just like as a general game that I enjoyed blindfolded. Or like I think it's a good blindfolded speedrun rather. Brawl is full RNG, not much skill. I think it's a C tier. At least classic mode. Like, I think if I do Subspace I think will be an A tier. I think Subspace will make this run and this game an A tier. But right now, only classic mode, considering it's a C, it's not that good. Then I have this very cropped image of Super Mario. I don't know what it is, honestly. I'll put it to the end. It's probably some ROM hack. Let's continue with Deltarune. Deltarune, very surprising. I think it's an A tier. I think Deltarune, it was my first marathon run, also in person in Japan. And I think this is to this day one of my most optimized speedruns that I've ever done. It's like super highly optimized. I think my any percent record is like within 20 seconds of Sum of Best or something. It's super optimized for a 40-minute run. And despite the fact that there is like no audio whatsoever, you can beat count everything super clear because the BGM is super nice. Dead or Alive, I also did rather as a meme run. Fighting game, honestly, one of the more interesting fighting games. I think this is a B tier because Dead or Alive, the story mode was actually really difficult compared to, for example, Soul Calibur, which should also be here somewhere. Maybe not here. Soul Calibur 2 and Soul Calibur 4. Soul Calibur 4 I would put in a C tier because it had much variety in Soul Calibur 4 had much variety in like categories. There was story mode, there was arcade mode, there's also this big tower and all. Soul Calibur 2 I only did classic mode with Vuldo, and that was absolutely broken. I think this was if I would have a vote, I would not even allow this on our leaderboards because it's too easy. So this is a D tier for me, absolutely. Very easy run. You just hold right and spam A and you win, and it's a blindfolded speedrun. So if my vote would go to not allow this on the speedrun board even. But yeah, it's done. Final Fantasy 3. Many people don't know that I've done this any percent. Final Fantasy 3 was interesting because I had to learn like the whole RNG manip, the whole wrong warp and stuff. Honestly, really fun. I think it was a very interesting speedrun. I would put it to like between A and B. Not A because compared to Zelda or Deltarune, it just doesn't have enough gameplay. It's a very short category, but definitely very interesting. So I would put it definitely to B. Metroid Fusion, wow, Metroid Fusion, probably an S tier, dude. Metroid Fusion was such an amazing blindfolded game. It has amazing audio design, amazing normalization techniques, super incredible action-packed boss fights. It has everything you can imagine, dude. Metroid Fusion, easy S tier. Don't even need to think about it much. I did 100% and any percent, and I enjoyed both of these runs so much. I ran 100% at ESA. Also very optimized. I think my 100% record in Metroid Fusion is super optimized. Harvest Moon on SNES, very short and kind of a meme speedrun. I would put it to D. It's like a 3-minute speedrun. It's very short. But honestly, I enjoyed the fact that it taught you how to beat count in a very easy way, because the entire game is beat counted. There's like no way to normalize and stuff. So I kind of would put it to D, to C even, not even to D. Or if I can have like in between, I would put it in between C and D somewhere. Helltaker, also kind of a D. Helltaker was this game that we did in the 10 games in one day challenge, where it was like a puzzle game and we just literally had to hard code, learn inputs by heart. So not much gameplay, honestly very boring. I probably think this is a D tier. It's a very popular category. They even have a blindfolded board on the speedrun.com leaderboards. But I think in terms of a blindfolded speedrun, it's very boring, because all you need to do is you have basically like half a page of inputs and you just input these things. You don't have to react to anything. It's just straight out memorization. Everyone can do it. So D tier. IB, oh my god, IB is interesting. This game that probably only 5 people in the world have played. I blindfolded. It's like a 1-hour speedrun. It's like an horror RPG. Not even RPG, but it's like a horror game. And it was interesting. It's made with the RPG Maker, so it has tile-based movement like Pokemon. So you can, for example, count 5 times up, 4 times right, and you worked like tiles. So movement-wise, very interesting. There was lots of RNG that you have to react to, so that's cool. That's very fun. I wouldn't put it to A tier. I wouldn't put it to A tier. It's somewhere in between A and B. It's somewhere in between A and B, I think. It was like pretty fun, but it's not the best game. Okay, let's come to the whole fiesta of Kingdom Hearts games. Let's start with Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1, A tier. Kingdom Hearts 2, A tier, dude. Maybe even S tier. Kingdom Hearts 2 is kind of an S tier, dude. Kingdom Hearts 0.2 was already worse. It didn't have dynamic camera, so B tier. Kingdom Hearts 3, F this game, dude. C tier. So, reasoning for that. Kingdom Hearts 2, let's start with 1. Kingdom Hearts 1, pretty cool game, very difficult. For blindfolded, it had many cool mechanics. You could roll and you could normalize roll count. And you could change your camera to static, which is good. So you can like not have a dynamic cam. There were some parts which are extremely random in terms of enemy RNG and movement. Kingdom Hearts 1 had more movement setups. And the boss fights were very difficult. I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is generally more difficult than Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2, on the other hand, is the only problem with Kingdom Hearts 2 is that it's so long, dude. It's a 6-hour speedrun. Kingdom Hearts 2 is so long. It's like, I don't know. But technique-wise, movement-wise, skill-wise, you can do super cool fighting combos and stuff. I think it's an S tier. It's super much fun to play blindfolded. I would highly recommend just doing individual worlds to anyone. 0.2 doesn't have static camera anymore, which sucks. Instantly 1 rank lower. But it was still a fun game, and the good thing about this one is that it's very short. It's a 40-minute speedrun. Kingdom Hearts 3 is so low on the tier list. It does have it does have static camera. It would be an A tier. It would be up here in A tier. But it is impossible to blindfold any percent, which made me so hate this game. Because I did Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts 0.2, and I wanted to complete the trilogy, dude. And then, in the middle of the game, literally in the nowhere, there is the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and there is a mini game, not even anything related to the main story. There is a mini game, dude, where you race on like ships, and you have to like do races, dude. And this mini game is impossible to do blindfolded because the camera sways around like crazy and the other guy shoots at you, and because of this stupid mini game, we cannot any percent the entire run, which is like, it would be a 6-hour-long speed run, and 5 minutes are not possible, dude. So it's ridiculous. I am so mad at this. It destroyed my whole Kingdom Hearts dreams. Actually D tier, dude. Actually fucking D tier. Stupid game. But no, okay, I did Olympus%. I did Olympus%, which is the first world, and that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun. So if we take out this one portion, then it would be a very, very good game. Okay, rant is over. Kirby and the Crystal Shards on N64, I did only cheat code any percent, which is basically a wrong warp to the very last level, and you to the last level plus the very last boss. Honestly, it was interesting. It had some movement. It had some movement options that you had to learn. The boss fight was pretty difficult and also very fun. It was very interactive because you had to like react to the boss patterns and stuff, which I always think is much more fun than a very static game. So B tier for me, solid B tier. Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 64. I only recently started it with Mushroom Cup, but I have to say this is an easy A tier. This is such a fun game. Like, I don't know how it will be later on when I optimize all cups, but I had so much fun with this. It's such a different kind of game. It's such a different concept. Like, you don't do like setups and stuff, but you like try to figure out like a consistent way to back up things, dude. And you basically focus on like general backup strats. I don't know, it's so much fun to route and so much fun to grind. I definitely want to do much more of this very soon. Smash Melee, Adventure Mode, Classic Mode, All-Stars Mode. Very fun. Adventure Mode, you know, is probably my most run game after SM64. I did it at like 500 marathon runs off. I really like Smash Melee for blindfolded. It's difficult. I would put it between A and S. I would put it like right in between A and S somewhere. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to say. Because I don't know, dude. It's good that you can do like all the adventure modes and stuff, but there is still so much, honestly, S tier, dude. It's a very fun game, honestly, and it's very short, very accessible. You can react to fights. It's very fun, to be fair. And I think fun is very important. So S tier for sure. Yeah, Melee is an S tier. Nier Automata, my favorite game so far in life. Blindfolded speedrun, I spent a lot of time routing this, and maybe just because I had such a pleasant experience with the community, I learned so many nice friends. Hey Slowking, thank you for the follow. This alert is big, dude. I met so many cool people and friends in the near speedrunning community. Definitely either an S or an A. No, it's so much fun. If Kingdom Hearts 2 is here, then this has to be an S+, dude. Nier Automata is so cool to run blindfolded. It's so dynamic. You don't even need to really memorize numbers, but you just memorize like layouts of the maps and stuff. It's so much fun to play. Fighting is fun. Movement is fun. The sound is fun. The visuals are fun, even though you can't see them. Really, really cool game. Ocarina of Time. I don't think I needed to say much. This is like the most popular blindfolded game. Very, very fun movement, fun normalization options. Randomizer recently we did, super fun. Definitely an S tier. Raid Shadow Legends. Now, here's the deal. I did tutorial percent blindfolded during one of my sponsored streams. And the speedrun was very difficult. Basically in Raid Shadow Legends, you had to it was basically you had to move your mouse and find like buttons. It was very difficult. Easy S tier. Rhythm Tengoku. Okay. Rhythm Tengoku actually is a very high list game. Probably S or A. I would put it to an A, I think. Shadow of the Colossus blindfolded. I would love to, but I think camera and movement wise it will be extremely difficult. I would love to try though. No, real talk though, I don't think it's a D tier. I think it's much better than like other games. I think it's just very different and very weird to play with only the mouse, so I would put it to C. Rhythm Tengoku, super fun game. I honestly recommend anyone to play this casually. It's such a banger. I will probably do this at some point again too in my stream next year. Definitely want to return just to have a good blast. It's like mini games like WarioWare and just like music based, so super fun. Pokemon Red, any percent, full any percent glitchless. Any percent glitchless was. It was fun to route on mobile. On mobile, it might be much easier. Kunstbanaus. Wow, that's actually a strat. Next time we have a sponsored stream, I'm gonna try, dude. Actually, on mobile, it should be so free. You can just mash your hand onto the screen and you win. Oh my god, we can PB by so much if we do that. That's such a good strat. Just play on mobile. Wow. True. Maybe we need to separate categories though. But yeah, Pokemon any percent, very fun to route. It was not that fun to play. It was very static. It was mostly memorization and follow the route, and any mistake that you make in the menuing and stuff, it was very fatal. So I will put it to a B tier. I think it's even less than Pokemon Blue, but it was also not a bad game. I enjoyed it a bit, so let's put it like here. It's good. BlueStacks Android emulator on PC, you can use keyboard. Ooh. Emulator with keyboard-based static tap locations. That is cheating, dude. That would be a separate category. Mobile also would be, honestly. We would need to separate all the categories. No, honestly, it's just such a meme run. Like, I don't think we need to worry too much about how to optimize it to the best. What else do we have left? I'm getting thirsty. I need to finish this. Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon R, both like 2D fighting games, arcade games on SNES. Both pretty fun. Not the greatest games, but pretty fun. I would not dare to put them in D tier, but they are definitely on the lower end. It's not much to memorize, but you can at least memorize spawn locations and stuff. Blindfolded leaderboard's about to be full of different raid categories. Yep. Absolutely. Hydrate yourself. Thank you. I need this break. Nice. Okay, SM64 Sapphire, 0 star. I don't know if you remember, it was this ROM hack where you have to hit a blindfolded 3-throw Bowser fight. So basically 3 frame perfect Bowser throws back to back to back. After a like super difficult 3-minute Bowser stage. I really would like to put this higher, but a 3-throw Bowser fight is just such a pain. I cannot put it higher than D, dude. It's just so painful to run. It's super fun. I cannot put this in D. I cannot. It's super fun to do the Bowser stage. It's Mario, dude. But the Bowser fight is... Yes, Nico, check out my VOD of the run. It's insane, dude. It's a tiny bit different, but in that ROM hack you needed it. Scrooge64, on the other hand, F this game, dude. Scrooge64 is a pretty cool game, but the blindfolded category is, if I might say, it's not that bad. Oh my god. It's not a D tier. Is it? It's very short. It's like a 1-minute speedrun, dude. So there's not much content. But it has very cool mechanics, in my opinion. It has like, you need to do like a damage in the hub, and Desert Mario 64 on the tier list. Oh, it's not here. We'll treat this as Desert Mario 64. The last one will be it. I don't know what it is, but... At Mario Party, or does that not count as a run? I don't think... I want to, for now, just look at my speedruns. Mario Party, fun-wise, would be an S tier. Easy S tier. Mario Party was so much fun. And I would still want to do more of Mario Party too, so we'll definitely S tier Mario Party. Let's treat this as Desert Mario 64. Desert Mario 64, honestly, I cannot give it an S tier, guys. You know I love the game, but I cannot give it an S tier. There is just literally no content. It needs a separate category because it's such a different game. It's also not a D tier. I mean, it is a D tier, right? There's no way we can give this not a D tier if we are completely honest. Just gameplay wise. Don't follow our hearts, but gameplay wise, dude. There's no way gameplay wise this is not a D tier. In my heart, it's an S tier though. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I think it taught you so much about blindfolded, like mentality and how do you say, like endurance. So best day of my life. So it's in between. It's weird to say, but it is both a D and an S tier. Super Tetris, again, nothing to react, just full on memorization of puzzle stages, so not very fun. It's a D tier. Smash Bros 64, very similar to Smash Melee, but you cannot play single player modes that well. The Smash the Target though is super fun, so A tier for sure. Survivor Kids, nobody knows this game, let's be honest, dude. It's a D tier. No, Survivor Kids, again, very full just memorization. There's not really any gameplay to it. Varroland 2 was very fun. Varroland 2 was pretty fun as a game. In between A and B, I think. I think it's an A tier. Varroland 2 was super fun. Varroland 2, very cool platform. I think out of like 2D platforms, it's one of the best, honestly. Wii Sports Golf. Wii Sports Golf. I would like to say that there is more skill involved, but honestly, it's just mashing the ball and making the autocorrect better. So honestly, it's a D tier. The Witness was very unique and fun. Also very short. It was like a first-person puzzle thing where you needed to beat count the camera and stuff. I think it's a C tier. It's not very, very cool, but yeah. Pokemon Yellow, specifically Pokemon Safe Corruption. It doesn't have much content, but it's a fun speedrun. I think maybe because it is so short, it is very fun. If the other Pokemons are B, then this is also a B for sure. Yoshi's Cookie, D tier. Hey Yosei, thank you for the raid earlier. Oh, I think you were here the entire time, just now made the Pokemon emote, right? Anyways, Yoshi's Cookie, D tier. There's not much gameplay at all. It's just puzzles that you need to memorize again. Zitar Attack rebooted. We did like a very meme category. Honestly, for such a meme category, yeah, Yosei rated earlier today. It had a very, very interesting BLJ setup. So for that, I give it actually a B. It's very short, but very, very fun. Metroid Zero Mission, easy top of the A tiers. It's not a S tier. As much as I would, honestly, it's an S tier. Is it? I don't know. I just enjoyed Fusion much more than Zero Mission, but I think that's like game bias. I just like Fusion more than Zero Mission. But gameplay-wise, they are pretty similar. I think Fusion has more interesting bosses. No, here. It's an A tier. Ring Fit Adventure. Ooh. I don't know. Can we find quickly some Ring Fit Adventure? I will just talk about Ring Fit Adventure. Ring Fit Adventure would be, I don't know how to quickly add new pictures. Ring Fit Adventure was very, very unique and very fun. I think Ring Fit would be an A tier actually. Actually A tier. It was a super unique and fun run. I enjoyed it a lot. Dark Souls 3. I haven't done enough yet to properly rate it, I think. But yeah. That was my tier list of blindfolded games that I've done.